Peace. It's your boy, Romello Scuds, E. Russ, Outspoken 520 Boxing. What do I want to share with y'all tonight? I know it's fight week with Ryan Garcia versus Devin the Dream Haney. I'll be breaking that fight down, my predictions, and keys to the fight for both fights to win that fight. So tune in Friday for that, but that's not what I want to talk about tonight. What I want to talk about tonight is Terrence Bud Crawford and his haters, of course. The business move he about to make with Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh is the guy who makes fights in Saudi Arabia. He just did the Anthony Joshua versus Francis and Ngannou this past March 2nd, to be exact. So Turki Alalshikh is very interested in Terrence Bud Crawford. He posted on X, aka Twitter, a picture of Terrence Bud Crawford with all the 147 straps when he beat Errol Spence last year, July 29th, 2023, Las Vegas. And Terrence Bud Crawford reposted and shared. He had the shh emoji. Basically, don't let the cat out the bag just yet. So what does that mean? That means Turki Alalshikh is about to be backing up Terrence Bud Crawford, and he has big bags. Pause. So to throw at any fighter that Terrence Bud Crawford wants to fight. I mean, he got a list. I mean, he wants to, he said in the past he wanted to fight Jamel Charlo, but the Charlos right now they're in a different situation. He wants to fight Sebastian Fundora. He ordered WBO that he elevated his status as being the mandatory of the winner of that fight. With Sebastian Fundora took on Tszyu as he beat him, and now he's the unified junior middleweight WBC and WBO champion. But Sebastian Fundora, he's injured right now, so he's not going to be ready till they say September or October, something like that. That's too long. So I think he's going to be stripped of the WBO because they went to a purse bid on that. So, and looks like Sebastian Fundora is going to be on the sidelines, basically getting healed up from the broken nose that he suffered versus Tszyu. So, what does this mean? Again, that means Terrence Bud Crawford can fight anyone. He can fight Israil Madrimov. I think that's how you say his name. He's the current WBA junior middleweight champion right now. So, if he fights him, it'd be for unification because they're gonna strip Fundora because it's no fight being made, and WBO ordered that fight for Terrence Bud Crawford to fight Sebastian Fundora. So, because he's the winner of the Tszyu fight, so that means it will be the WBO be up in the air, it be vacant. So if he fights Israil Madrimov, it'd be for unification. So I think that's the fight they're gonna go at, but he can fight Boots. As I mentioned earlier, that Turki Alalshikh has a good relationship with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, he represents Anthony Joshua and so on. So, and Eddie Hearn, he just signed Jerome Boots Ennis. What does that mean? That means Eddie Hearn, it's up to him to make the fight happen with Jerome Boots Ennis versus Bud Crawford. It's been speculation, it's been rumblings all over the internet about them two fighting, mainly because they are Errol Spence fans. Um, Mainly the Errol Spence fans, and then they just hop off Errol Spence. They go to Jerome Boots Ennis. They still grieving over the loss last year, July 29th in Las Vegas. That's what I think about that. But again, I'm a fan of Jerome Boots Ennis. As I mentioned before, that if the fight happened with Bud and Boots, I'm down for it. I'm a boxing fan first. If it doesn't happen, I'm cool with that too. So that means that fight can actually happen. Terrence Bud Crawford, He said to Eddie Hearn and the team that he wants 25 million to fight Boots Ennis. Now it's up to Eddie Hearn to make that happen because Jerome Boots Ennis is signed to him. So it's up to Eddie Hearn to drop the bomb and make that fight happen. He said he wants to fight with Jerome Boots Ennis versus Bud fight for an undisputed 147, as Terrence Bud Crawford is the WBC, WBO, and WBA champion. As Jerome Boots Ennis, he was elevated IBO champion when they stripped Terrence Bud Crawford last year, 2 months after he beat Errol Spence. So that fight could actually happen. It's up to Eddie Hearn. Again, I don't mind that fight happening. I don't mind if it don't happen. Terrence Bud Crawford is about money and he's about greatness right now. If you want to move up even from 154 to 168, maybe challenge Canelo after he settled the score with Jaime Munguia next month on Cinco de Mayo weekend. And Canelo's about money right now, as his demands to fight David Benavidez for 150 million, 200 million, which is ridiculous. But by the way, that's his demands to fight him. If Turki Alalshikh would throw 150, 200 to fight Bud Crawford, I don't think Canelo turns that down. Because again, boxing is a business. Yes, we want the best fights as consumers and as fans. We want the best fights. But also, at the end of the day, they are risking their lives to fight in that square circle for 36 minutes. So, again, it's about money, people. Stop going with your feelings and go with the business size. Use your brain. It's about money. Terrence Bud Crawford is not a spring chicken. He's 36 years old, turning 37 this year in September. So, yes, he's about big fights, big money, and legacy-defining moments. If he fights Jerome Boots Ennis, who I like, by the way, it's not going to be a legacy statement fight for him. It'd just be another fighter. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think Jerome Boots Ennis and Terrence Bud Crawford is on different levels. Jerome Boots Ennis is trying to get there. And I think he will get there if we just follow the plan, follow the levels. It's all about levels in boxing. People be trying to skip the levels and go straight to the top, and it doesn't happen like that. You don't want to be an overnight sensation. You want to let your career grow. Keep growing, keep growing, keep growing until you hit your mark. Terrence Bud Crawford deserves the money fights. He deserves the bigger recognition because he been in this game so long, and Top Rank just put him in that bad spot for so long. Now he free to make any decision he wants to. He can fight who he wants to fight. His legacy is secured. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Whether you like it or not, to his haters. Whether you like him or not. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. It's not even a thought, less thought that he's not. So you might as well get that out your head. But instead, people is constantly looking for information that he ducked Boots and Boots ducked Bud. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Yes, they was in talks. No contract was signed. If Boots' father said, yes, we want to fight, our contract will be offered. But instead, if a person say no, our contract is not going to be made because the person said no, they're going to move on. Come on, use common sense, haters. Use common sense. But again, like I keep mentioning in my videos, Terrence Bud Crawford is about legacy-defining moments. Big bags. That's what he's on right now. So take it or leave it. Every day I be on IG, YouTube, all the Bud haters that's got something to say on anything he does. And my point of the whole situation, yes, he beat Errol Spence so bad last year. So bad. And Errol Spence is not avenging the loss that he received. All the fighters that I grew up watching avenged for their losses. Muhammad Ali, he lost to Leon Spinks. Guess what? 8 months later, he became 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. Evander Holyfield, he lost to Riddick Bowe. Guess what? He fought Riddick Bowe again and got his victory. Lennox Lewis, he lost to Oliver McCall. Then he got his win right back when he beat Oliver McCall. And he lost to Hossein Rahman, and he got his win right back. So that's what I mean. Errol Spence is not on anything trying to get the Terrence Bud Crawford fight back. And we whine the reason that Bud couldn't fight Boots because, one, Boots was in the court battle with Cameron Duncan, rest in peace, and Showtime was not about to be in boxing anymore. That's one of the reasons. And another reason, he was in a contract obligated when Spence obligated the rematch clause. I mean, not obligated, when he activated the rematch clause. So it was nothing Bud can do. He couldn't fight anyone until he fulfilled that obligation with Errol Spence. See how simple that is? So when Errol Spence contract, or when the contract expired, Bud is free to move on. He can fight whoever he wants now. He's not obligated to fight Errol Spence anymore. See how simple that is? Again, now we get this train, this Boots train, that, Bud should fight Boots. And Boots had an interview last week or 2 weeks ago now that he was basically saying that Terrence need to fight him or he fights no one, which is ridiculous. And Boots new fans now is riding that narrative. It's riding that wave and saying Bud can't fight nobody else but Boots, which is ridiculous. Bud can do what he wants to do. Whether you like it or not, he can do what he want to do. And now he's being backed by Turki Alalshikh. The announcement is going to happen sooner or later. So he really could do what he want to do because he got the bag behind him now. So he could fight anybody he choose. He could go to 168, like I said. He could fight Canelo after he settled the score with Jaime McGinn. Or he could fight Israil Madrimov. He could fight Sebastian Fundora. He could fight Tszyu. Even Errol Spence again. Errol Spence going to have to backtrack like, he got Turki Alalshikh now. So the bag's going to be there. And I told you, he could fight Jerome Boots Ennis if he wants to. Eddie Hearn got a relationship with Turki Alalshikh. It's up to him to make the fight happen. He said he wants to fight. Let's see. That's what promoters do. They talk a good game. And they make a wave and people believe it. Basically his diehard fans, or now the Spence grieving fans now. So he can make that, it's up to Eddie Hearn to make that decision happen. And shout out to Bud making that business decision, because people said that he doesn't make good business decisions and he priced himself out and he don't know the game, he don't know this and all that. And he just made a shrewd move, and nobody's not even talking about that. People still talking about the past over 2 years ago when Terrence Bud Crawford fought for Black Prime, which he got $10 million, by the way, up front. So another good move. He never got $10 million for Top Rank. Never got $10 million. Bob Arum said he lose money because of Terrence Bud Crawford. So that's a good move for him. Remember, Terrence Bud Crawford just made $25 million from the Errol Spence fight. He's not going to go lower. Either $20 million, I think that's the lowest he'd go, or step aside. Shout out to Eddie Hearn, because he need to make that happen if you want to fight with Jerome Boots Ennis versus Bud. If you're not willing to make that happen, I don't want to hear it. And to his fans too. I mean, to Jerron Booth's Ennis fans too, and the Bud haters. I don't want to hear it. It's up to Eddie Hearn. The ball on his court. So to make that happen. But again, it's a very good move for Terrence Bud Crawford. I'm happy for him. He deserves it big time. So yes. But remember, I am a fan of Errol Spence. I'm a fan, even though I didn't like the fact that he not trying to avenge his loss that he got from Bud Crawford. He trying to basically cut Terrence Bud Crawford out the deal with the winner of Sebastian Fundora versus Tszyu, and Sebastian Fundora got the win. He's trying to back cut him, you know what I'm saying, because they are represented by PBC. And Terrence Bud Crawford is not with PBC. So that was kind of like a B move. And I kind of lost respect for Errol Spence for that. But I'm still a fan of his. But shout out. This is the video to Bud's haters, man. You know what I'm saying? I just got to ask one question. Why do y'all hate this man so much? Every content that y'all put out, the Bud haters, is always something Bud didn't do or Bud ain't trying to do, and nothing. He priced himself out. He don't know business. He don't know this. Jerron Booth's Ennis would knock him out. He would smash him and all this nonsense. Just answer this one question. Why do y'all hate Boots? Why do y'all hate Bud Crawford so much? But that's all I got for y'all. I'm Romello Scuzz, E. Russ. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Hit that bell button. Whenever I do new videos, y'all can be aware when I do new videos by hitting that bell button. I Smoke at 520. I'm on Facebook, IG, and YouTube. But that's all I got. E. Russ, I Smoke at 520. Peace and blessings. 1.